Strong enough to wait for it. Strong enough to wait for it. Let me say it a third time. Are you strong enough to wait for it? I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit short on patience. I am. I struggle in that area. I got a microwave spirit. I'm trying to tell you, I want it yesterday and then it's late. But the fact of the matter is, in our walk with God, you got to be strong enough to wait. You got to be strong enough to wait. And then, how is it then that you get the strength to wait? That's what we're talking about on this morning. What a wonderful morning it is. It's a great morning. It's moving into the fall and all part of the year that I really love. Living in the Midwest here from the East Coast, miss the East Coast. But one thing that I realize here in the Midwest about the four seasons and all of that, of which I enjoy. But one that I really enjoy is when I can put on more clothes. I like that, dressing up. I don't know about you. I enjoy that kind of thing. So here we are. We're moving into that whole thing. But let me circle back and ask the question this morning as our audience builds. Do you have the strength to wait? Are you strong enough to wait? Or are you waiting in a weak position? I don't know about you, but waiting is not my best characteristic. But we're going to talk to both of us on this morning. Let me get to greeting some folk, and then we're going to get into the word on this morning. Good morning, Ramona. How are you? Wendy, how are you on this morning? Gerald, how are you on this morning? Fawn, how are you on this morning? Annette, how are you doing on this morning? Vaughn, how are you? Minister Yolanda, how are you? Joel, how are you on this morning? Good morning, Brenda. How are you? Pamela, how are you on this morning? Elder Mobley, how are you? Vicky, how are you doing on this morning? Carolyn, Brenda's sister, how are you doing on this morning? And this morning, it's all about strong enough to wait. Strong enough to wait. Are you strong enough to wait? Good morning, Deborah. How are you? Welcome back from Ghana. I got to hear more about that trip. You and Deborah, you guys, you're just enjoying life. I'm kind of vicariously traveling with you all over the world. It's awesome. But I tell you this, Deborah, you go head on. You get on that rope bridge and knock yourself out. The bishop will not be doing that again. There is a rope bridge. Let me tell you real quick. When I was in Ghana, there was a rope bridge over this jungle area, if you will. You can't see the bottom, and you're walking all through everything at the treetops and all of that. And it's just you're walking on ropes. No, not again. I was scared. I said, Lord, if you get me down from this, you'll never hear this prayer again. Good morning, Felicia. How are you on this morning? Jacqueline, how are you? Deborah, how are you? How are you all doing on this morning? Linda, how are you? Anna, how are you? Deacon Joe, how are you? Deborah, how are you on this morning? Good morning, Jan. How are you? Elder Jan, how are you? Deborah, and you're in Houston, I believe. And, I was traveling and I forget which airport it was, but it was one that had what is it? Oh gosh, I can't even think of the name. Seafood restaurant in there. Oh man, Papados. That's what I'm trying to think. I was like, my God, what kind of airport has this got Papados in the airport? Good morning, Anna. How are you on this morning? Verena, how are you? Let me get some more people in here, and then we're gonna break right into the word. Good morning, Jacqueline. How are you? Pasha, how are you on this morning? This morning is all about: are you strong enough to wait? What's your patience meter? What is it level? Is it empty? Is it full? Are you strong enough to wait for what God has for you? Let's get into the manna on this morning. And then the text to talk, the takeaway, 5 minutes or less.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Manna, where in 5 minutes or less, you're going to get an impartation with the text, the talk, and the takeaway. Join the Morning Manna fam every weekday morning at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Don't forget to put in the chat the revelation that you get and share the manna. Now, let's get ready to have some manna so you can make it through your day.
Here's the text, Isaiah 40:31. You've heard it before. Hear it again for the very first time. But those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Hmm. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. I don't get the strength until I wait. In a world that glorifies hustle, grind, and constant motion, God calls his people to a different rhythm in order to get the strength that they need. Isaiah wasn't talking about human strength, he was talking about divine stamina that comes from God Almighty to give you the strength. When life drains you, when illness makes you sick, when circumstances make you want to just give up, when leadership feels heavy, and when storms keep coming, the verse reminds us this, that he will give you the strength. Not caffeine, not compliments, not connections. It comes from Christ. It comes from Christ. Now, the Hebrew word for renew that is used in the text is chalap, meaning to exchange or replace. To exchange or replace. God doesn't just recharge your batteries. Listen, he gives you a new battery. Yeah, a whole new one. When you wait on him, you trade your weakness for his strength. Now, notice this before I get to the three things. I want you to grab a hold of the fact that eagles soar higher than birds. You can sometimes see these little small birds chipping at birds of prey. And the eagle is like, I'll just keep going higher where you can't manage the height. Yeah. So there's three things I want you to get. First is this. Strength strength isn't about how much you can carry. It's about who's carrying you. Yeah. It's not about how much you can carry. You weigh down with family, you weigh down with illness, you weigh down with bills, you weigh down with this, that, and the other. Let him carry you. Two, waiting on God isn't wasting time, it's gaining strength. It's the training program that he has you in, and me. Three. When you strength is run out, it's a setup for God's strength to come in. Notice that. You don't get the strength until you wait. What's your takeaway this morning? You're not running on fumes, you're running on favor. It's his favor that's going to get you through what you're going through. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. If this bless you, bless somebody else. Don't keep it to yourself. Share the manna. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more morning manna. God bless you. Bye now.